Thank you. I want to start with you, Ahmed. Ahmadullah, you were actually born in a refugee camp.
Yes.
In Bangladesh. You spent the first 15 years of your life there. What was it like when you wanted to get an education as a Rohingya kid in a refugee camp in
For
Bangladesh?
me, when I really wanted to get education, it was when I was 7 years old. When I was 7 years old, I went to the school system that was set up by the UNICEF and UNICEF in the refugee camp in Bangladesh. When I went there, the teacher said to me, the headmaster of the school, he's the one who take all the registration. He said to me, why you want to be educated? People like you have no father and your mother is mentally ill. What's the purpose of the education? What are you going to do with it? So we cannot waste the resource that we have in this institute for you. So you should get lost and try to survive as long as you can. And I remember him kicking me on the chest and kicking me out of the school.
So what did you do? What was your life like as a kid?
I mean, after someone tells you to survive as long as you can, there's a thing in me, there's a courage and hope inside me said to me that I'm going to show him someday. And that day, I went outside the camps, and I got a job in a coffee shop working 16 hours a day, just making about less than Canadian 10 cents to provide for my mom and sister, my little sister. And for me, I remember passing almost dying in days not eating because I was so busy trying to make enough money to provide for my mom and sister.
Now, at the age of 15, you were able to make it to Canada. And you have since been going back to Cox's Bazar, the largest refugee camp in Bangladesh. The experiences you described, these harrowing experiences of your youth, were some time ago. Please tell us it's better today.
I wish I could, but at the same time, I can't tell you that it's better because when I was there, at least there was systems in place to provide education for Rohingyas. At least there was a school that I could have tried to register that I was denied from. At this point, if any of you know that what's going on with the Rohingya crisis, about a month ago, Bangladesh has removed any education system for Rohingyas. And now, at the time when I was in the camp, it was 250,000 people. Now there's 1.2 million Rohingyans. My people are not getting provided education. And it's funny that I have an opportunity in Canada, and I try to go to college and university, take the lavish life that I was given, and at the same time, millions of kids suffering, same way that I was suffering, and all they want is education, you know, and nothing has gotten better. Day by day, everything that was given to them by international community is being taken away, just like, you know, about 40 years ago, education rights was taken away from my mom and dad, and they were forced to go in a refugee camp. Now it's being taken away by another generations of Rohingyas that's going to go out without education, without proper education soon.
You talk to these young kids in the camps. What do you think is their future? What do they say to you? What do you feel like might happen to them?
You know, I will try not to cry. The things they say to me is not something I could bear. You know, I got to Dubai, I haven't slept yet. I got here yesterday and I haven't slept yet because this is the biggest opportunity in my life that I could talk about the rights of my people. You know, this is not just an opportunity for me. This is an opportunity for millions of Rohingyas who look for a better day. You know, when I'm there, people hugging me and crying to me because they want education. These people are not getting, they don't want anything from you. All they want is education, that education that I was provided. Canada giving me a home. All of you has given me a home in different parts of the world, giving me a platform to speak about the crisis. And all I ask is that we provide the same platform for them. But that's all they ask for. They want education.
Thank you. Ahmed, you talked about the burden you feel as someone who has made it out. What are you trying to do to help the children you meet in the camps?
You know, it's not what I want to do. It's the responsibility those kids put on me. You know, I love hearing people talk about education. honestly, because, that was one of my biggest challenges. When I went to the camps, I sat in a room. As Rohingya, I organized a meeting in the community centers that organizations have built. I met with about 500 students, and I let everybody talk for 1 or 2 minutes, and I kept going back for a few days to hear all the stories. One of the kids said to me, that was the most compelling. He said to me he wants to be a lawyer. I asked him, why do you want to be a lawyer? He said to me, because someday when I become a lawyer, I want to take the Burmese government to court for all the things that they have done for my people. I want to get justice for my people. When he was saying that, I was like to him, but all the education system is closed off to you. They said to me, he said to me personally, if you can find a way to provide fundings for me, I will get you ways to send me to school. That day I made a promise to him. Before I share you the promise that I made to him, I want to share something with you guys. On my way to Dubai, a woman named Ki Ewing, she called me. She said to me, Ahmed, before you go to your conference, please come and meet me. She gave me this pen. Yes, it's made with 18 karat gold. That's not the reason that meant so much to me. When I opened the box, the pen gave me hope. Hope meant education. If someone can give me hope, why can't we give all those Rohingyas hope? Why can't we give 500 of those Rohingyan kids hope to go to university so they could learn something, so they could be something, so they could build a future for themselves and their people? I cried in that moment, sorry. I cried because I was reminded again of the promise that I made to those kids in the camp. And the promise I made to them was, no matter where life takes me, no matter where I end up tomorrow or the day after, but I promise you I'll find a way to send you to school. And in this conference today, I'm not asking, I'm begging every single one of you in this room, you could change those lives, those 500 people. They could turn out just like me. I am a proof that refugees could be anything as long as you give them a chance. Just like Ki Ewing, just like the way she put a pen on my hand, let's put on those pens on the hands of the Rohingyans, on those vulnerable lives before these people picks up a gun and they start shooting people. Let's give them opportunity. That's all they're asking for. They don't want your food. They don't want your money. They don't want anything. They just want an opportunity so they can contribute to your society. And if anybody from the Bangladeshi government is here, I personally beg you on behalf of my people, you have the power now. All of my people, all of my youth, they're in your country. I am so grateful to you that you give us an opportunity to stay in your land, even though the country is suffering its own self. But what's the point of keeping us alive if we have no future to look forward to? What's the point if we're going to become just like the way the Burmese government wants us to become? My mother is uneducated. My father was never able to pursue education. I was told that I shouldn't be educated. Let's not give the Burmese government what they want. Let's change the way we think. Let's change the way we plan their future. Let's give them education, please. And I beg every single one of you, please don't let me feel the burden of trying to educate 500 kids or trying to send those 500 kids to school. I want every single one of you to help me to make sure that I can succeed in this journey that I have taken. I don't care for my success anymore. I don't care about if I completed school or not. All I think about and care for is those kids in the camp, those 500 kids that hope for same opportunity, hope to get the same opportunity that I have today. Please help me. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking this incredible panel. Thank you. And let me leave you with this. Clearly, we need to do more. We need to work differently and more urgently. We need to get results for people, including millions of children living in desperate situations like the Rohingya kids. Good intentions are simply not enough. But if you're not yet convinced, please watch this.